ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Gray, and this is Just Plain Living.
Good morning. I'm Peggy Burton.
And I'm Jim Fuller.
And we are Just Plain Living.
We are.
Yes,
just
we
plain
are.
Living, yes.
We'll be just plain swimming before all this.
I was going to ask.
Before all this weather goes away.
I know it's amazing. It's really hammering in Texas and other places.
I had a wonderful trip yesterday. I had to go to Carthage yesterday, and I kept thinking as I was driving up there, you reckon it's going to rain the entire way? And it did.
And it did.
Yeah, all the way up there and all the way back.
Oh, and did you notice how suddenly your driveway and patios are just littered with leaves?
Absolutely. And I've got a pine tree in front of my office, and all that
stuff is
all those
down.
pine needles fall
So all you
off,
people that want some pine needles to fertilize your plants,
we talked about this
come over
last
to your
week,
house.
I think. Yeah, actually.
But aren't the
we
trees
waxed that
beautiful?
floor, didn't
The
we?
trees are stunning right now.
Yeah.
And last week they were just.
Fran,
they don't go away.
my friend went to Memphis this weekend to a presenters meeting over there, and she chose to go on 64 instead of getting on the interstate
See all the
because,
pretty
well, that's all 4-lane over there now on 64, and there's no, and you know, I told her, I said, with all this rain coming in, the interstate's going to be a disaster.
Oh, yeah.
With all those big trucks, and I said, I guarantee you there won't be any of those big trucks on 64. And you've got plenty of time. The speed limit's 65. And she said it was just a marvelous drive. Of course, it was raining, but she said the colors were beautiful, and it's just a real pretty drive that way.
Yeah. Trucks, that's a scary
it's a long
thing.
way
Well,
to Memphis.
yesterday morning though in Nashville, there were just wrecks everywhere.
Yeah.
I know.
Everywhere. Yes, it is. That's a long trip
That's
to
the
Memphis.
longest trip that I've ever. We used to travel it a lot through Memphis to
And you know,
Arkansas or to Texas. Or
you
wherever
know
we were
why
going.
Jackson is there, don't you?
No.
I really don't.
Jackson, Tennessee is there to screw with your mind. Because
yeah.
when you get there, you think you're almost to Memphis, but you're really not.
Yeah, right.
You're still an hour or so away from
Right.
Memphis, and you're going, I'm almost there, I'm in Jackson, and you just keep on driving, and keep on driving, and keep on driving.
And plus, I think the older you get, the longer it takes to get there. It's either that or used to when we go to football games down there, it might have been the refreshments that you had on the way.
The refreshments were probably different. That's true.
A lot shorter than it
I'm
is.
not a great driver or a person that loves going long distances, and especially at night. Well, back when Leah Hewlin was in the Miss America contest at Memphis, it was the year she was first runner-up. So our challenge was, if she had won, we could stay till the next day. But if she lost and was runner-up, not the winner, we had to drive from Memphis to Nashville, put her on a plane to go to the Army, because that was the deal. The Army would release her if she made the. Anyway, I died 1,000 deaths. I thought, because I was driving, I thought I could never make it. It was the longest trip.
Yeah.
But I survived, you can see.
Yeah.
And here you are.
Yeah.
Here I am. Anyway,
And you got your boots on.
you know, man.
Baby got her boots on this
People gotta have
morning.
their
Wade and
boots
water.
on.
That's right. That's right.
Wade and water.
Wade and water.
That's right. That's right. It looks like though after this little bout that's coming through, there's another
I don't think
whole
we're-
another deal in Texas right now coming. It's going to drop another 3 to 5 inches of rain. So
I guess we're just moving right past fall into winter.
yeah,
I think-
that's right.
I think
It's
so.
possible.
And then is it next weekend we change the time?
It's this weekend.
This weekend.
Yeah, the 31st.
31st.
Oh,
This
to
is
me, that's-
Halloween weekend.
To me, that's next weekend, but
Yeah.
it's this
This week.
Okay. So
It
when
is
we
the
get up,
next
So when we
weekend,
get up
but-
on Sunday morning, it's going to be a new time.
It's going to be. You're going to.
I never can figure it out. That's why I have an atomic clock. I can never remember.
I guess
fall
you
back, I
lose,
get
don't
mixed
you?
up.
Fall back.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Yeah, and most people set their clocks back before
And then
they go to bed.
at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it's like midnight. It's just
Yeah.
dark as a
Yeah.
dungeon.
Yeah,
I
from
hate
then
that.
on, and it'll get brown. It'll be brown around here. Big Brown will show up.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what it'd be like in Iceland? Is it Iceland where it stays dark for 6 months, I think? Or is it Greenland or one of those?
Somewhere
Maybe
there.
Alaska.
Alaska's that
Parts
way,
of
yeah.
Alaska
Yeah.
where you go to bed and you have to, you just don't have any light. And I think it takes away your energy.
Oh, it does.
I think
It does.
light
There's
has a lot
scientific
to
proof
do.
to that.
Yeah. It's
So
hard.
what do y'all think about the big news that came out yesterday that bacon causes cancer.
Shoot.
And bacon is in everything. You've got bacon ice cream now.
I know.
You've got bacon everything.
And it
bacon,
causes cancer.
Processed meats, they're saying all processed meats.
Is it because of the feed that goes into the pig that we kill to get the bacon? Is it has something to do with that?
I don't know, because
I've
they
often
were
wondered that.
talking about, I don't understand it,
Maybe the nitrates in it.
but they were talking about even salted meats, like, you know, meats that hang up like country ham, you know, that don't use anything other than salt. And I don't understand that. I don't understand that.
You know, I think
Something's gonna
moderation,
kill you.
moderation
in all things. So give me a break. You're going to die from something.
You're right.
And if you love
You're
bacon,
right.
well, wrap yourself in bacon. Eat it day and night. Enjoy the moments.
Who was that? Was it Miley Cyrus or Lady Gaga
That
or
was Lady
somebody
Gaga, the meat
wore a
suit.
meat suit?
Yeah, right, right.
Lady Gaga's talented.
Yeah, oh yeah, she is.
Well, so is Miley Cyrus. You know.
Is Lady Gaga the one that sings with Tony Bennett
Yes.
sometimes?
Yeah.
I mean, she's
Oh, yeah.
brilliant. She's brilliant, and she's an
Yeah.
accomplished musician. She's
Yeah.
not just a fruitcake off the street.
Right.
She knows her music.
Oh yeah, she's very, very good at that. Tennessee almost beat Alabama,
Oh, that was a great
or
game.
played a good ball game
Yeah,
against
they
Alabama.
sure did. They sure did. Well, they had a lead for a short time in the fourth
Yeah.
quarter. So,
Yeah, sure did.
So that come out pretty much like most of the other games.
Made an
Yeah.
exciting game.
But it was a good game.
It was a good game, and it adds, you know, for the last, 10, 12 years, that game's really not been of much significance.
In 2009, Kiffey's first year, Tennessee had a chance to win it on a field goal with time expiring, and it got blocked. But other than that, I think that's about it.
So, but Butch is doing a good job,
Yeah.
and that team will be better. I mean, he's playing a bunch of freshmen, so that's good.
I think it's great.
That's good. Doing a
By
good
next
job.
year,
Peyton
yeah.
Manning was there. It's good to see
Yeah.
him back on the field
Right,
up there.
Absolutely.
I love his commercials on TV. He pops up in a lot of
He's
different
a
places.
skinny leg Peyton. My socks are going down.
That is a good one. That is a good one. For goodness sakes.
And his wife's in one now.
I didn't know that. I don't think I've
Well,
ever
you know
seen
that
his
he
wife.
does that Nationwide commercial where he hums that, and he
Yeah.
talks about
Oh, yeah.
veal parmesan, chicken parmesan, and so they're doing a new one, and he's laying in bed and he's looking at this and that and the other, and all of a sudden there's this woman singing that part of it, and he looks at me, he says, I hadn't heard that one before. And he looks up and it's his wife, and he goes, I like that.
Yeah, I've seen that
So,
one.
oh yeah, that guy's he's something special. I read, and I shared it on my Facebook page. I read a letter that someone wrote to him and about his accomplishments, and about the fact that she has 2 young boys that wear his jersey, and all they care about is Peyton Manning and how's Peyton Manning doing, and she said, you know, all these sportscasters are on him about he's losing his arm and he can't do this and he can't do that, and about how it's going to affect his legacy. And this woman states that none of that stuff, rings, wins, completions, records, nothing will affect his legacy when it comes to how young people feel about him and how he's conducted himself in an industry that gets tarnished in so
Yeah,
many
he set a
ways, and
wonderful example.
he's at this point basically spotless.
And I love that.
I do too.
You
I
know,
do too.
it's
And
time.
Yeah, and it kind of shows you what you can do with your career if you try to maintain
he's
that.
a crown prince of the first family of football.
Yeah, makes more money outside of football than he does playing football, and as far as endorsements and that sort of thing. So.
Yeah. So congratulations to him.
I know.
Yeah.
And they're 6-0.
Yeah.
He's having the
good
worst.
man.
He personally is having the worst season he's had, and God knows when. But they're 6-0.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
Well, he's
Okay.
kind of known for these last-minute comebacks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, there's no better
Yeah.
at a time like that. Plus, Denver's changed their whole offensive scheme,
Sure,
I think,
sure.
since last year. So,
You know, this is, and we need to remind everybody not only the time changing, but and I'm sure Chief Blackwell's going to have a few things to say when he comes up in a minute. You know, this is Halloween weekend,
Yeah, and you got to watch out.
so
for
there will be
Yeah.
little knotheads, little goblins running around everywhere. So watch out.
Watch out. That's
I
right.
would not want to be the chief of police on Halloween. You know,
It's
yeah.
probably hard to be a parent because you Most parents are smart enough to accompany their children.
Well, not only that, it was hard
not
to
just
run
send
a
them
bar.
out.
When you were running a bar, or a bar is part of your business, that's not all that much fun for you on
not
Halloween.
Yeah, what you need to do is lock the door, keep them inside,
Well, the thing about it is you don't know who they are.
Yeah,
or what damage they're going to do.
They're in costume. You don't know who they
Yeah.
are.
right.
That's
I
kind of
remember one
scary.
time we had a big Halloween party at the Legion, and Susan Jernigan, Mike's wife,
I
was
remember
out there, and she was dressed up as a little old man, and had on an old man face and a hat and a vest and a sport coat and slacks and had a cane, and she came in there and spent all night in there and left,
Nobody
and
ever knew.
nobody knew who she was.
That's
Right.
awesome.
And she was pinching on women, and she was the funniest thing you've ever seen in your life.
I remember that.
Well, you know, you hate to give anybody ideas, but there's people out there that will take advantage
Oh, of course.
of being able to camouflage or
Of course
disguise
they will.
themselves. So you have to be careful.
And you know, I like the fact, or I don't like the fact that I can remember when we were kids and we lived on Druid Lane, and there was all those little houses up there were full of kids. I mean, every house had at least one, and one house had 5.
Yeah.
And you know, it was like a herd of bees going up and down that street. And you'd go to somebody, Dan Wagner's mom,
Yeah.
Miss Wagner. When you'd go to her house, you'd get a cupcake, beautiful cupcakes, and homemade stuff. And now parents are afraid for their children to take anything
And you're-
like that's not prepackaged for fear that it'll have
Right.
drugs in it or razor blades
even
or
fruit, you know.
yeah.
People are afraid of everything.
So that's pretty sad. It's pretty
Mm-hmm.
sad that we've gotten to that situation that we can't accept
That is.
It's
Sort of
just
stuff
the
from
way it
your
is.
neirs.
right. Now you have to have that
can't
stuff
trust-
X-rated.
You
if
just
you're
can't
planning
trust
on
anybody.
selling
You know,
it.
you can't go buy a fruit that's canned by farmers hardly anymore. And that's part of the way they make their living is home
Right.
canning and selling
And that
goods.
stuff won't give you cancer.
That's right.
It doesn't have any of that crap in it that they put in stuff to keep it on the shelf for 10 years.
Yeah.
Think about if it'll keep that fruit fresh for 10 years, what's it doing to the inside of it?
Exactly.
So,
Well,
You're
there's been
preserved
studies.
forever.
There's been studies that show that now corpses, when they're buried, last many years longer
Because of-
than normally.
They used to,
would.
yeah.
Yeah, because you've been eating preservatives all your life.
your whole life.
I'm not going to be digging one up.
No, me either.
Okay.
Well, it's time for us to get through with the useless drivel and go on with a commercial break, and we'll be back with the rest of this show just real short. Don't you go away.
The Kia Summers on Us sales event is going on right now at Russell Barnett Kia of Tullahoma. Let me tell you about this event. Purchase a new Kia Sedona, Kia Optima, Kia Forte, and receive 0% financing up to 66 months and your first 3 payments for free. For a limited time only, no strings attached. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. The Kia Summers on Us sales event going on right now. Why buy anywhere else?
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday Miracles, Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're pleased to have joining us now. We were just checking that, see if the picture got changed on Paul's lead-in screen.
It didn't even show it, did it?
No, I bet that means that it didn't get changed. So anyway, we'll blame that on Philip.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We, of course, if you haven't realized by now, our guest is Paul Blackwell, Tullahoma Police Chief. And as we were talking in the opening, it is going to be Halloween this weekend.
It is.
There's also a football game in town, I think. Is there not? Or is that
Friday night.
Friday night.
Friday night.
Friday
Yes.
night. So it should be an exciting weekend for
The
you
weekends
all.
have been very busy for the last several weeks, and this is no exception. As you said, Halloween on a Saturday night. You know, that's probably the best time to have it. You know, the only issue we have possibly is that being a Saturday night, families are usually together for dinner. So the mayor has kind of asked that people limit their trick-or-treating from 6 at night till about 10. 6 o'clock, give the families time to have dinner together and before they head out. I know how frustrating it'd probably be to sit down with your family, have to have dinner, and your doorbell starts ringing.
Sure.
So we kind of said, you know, maybe 6 to 10 is a good recommendation, and that's all it is recommendation.
Yeah.
You know, we can't say, you know, if you start at 5:55, something's going to happen, or if you're out at 10:05, something's going to happen.
Right.
But hopefully the weather will cooperate. I know the weather patterns are kind of changing, and you know, we're still 4 or 5 days away, so that could change again.
What is the forecast for Saturday?
I just looked before we came on here, it looked like about a 60% chance of rain Saturday night. But of course, I'm going to be the optimist and say, well, that means there's a 40% chance it won't rain.
Good way to look at that,
yeah,
Paul.
Yeah, I mean, if it rains, it rains, but we'd prefer it not. I'll be out working, several of our officers will be out working, and you know, we want to see people have a good time. And that's what it's about, but of course we want people to be safe. And what we try to do every year about this time is just go over some basic trick-or-treating safety measures, and we're going to leave it with you so y'all can run it in more detail on some of your newscasts. But one thing that was mentioned before coming up here was in years past, y'all had activities where people were in costume, we couldn't tell who they were.
Right.
And really that's a concern for us from a police standpoint when we recommend to people, don't go into establishments, stores, bars, you know, anything like that wearing your mask, because you know, it is a reasonable for that clerk or that manager, whoever, to be concerned, because hey, what better opportunity to do something criminal than behind a mask. So so we ask, if you're going to go stop into a convenience store, don't wear a mask in. If you're going to stop at, you know, your local bank, don't walk in with a mask on. You know, let's be reasonable about this.
Right.
There's a time and a place to wear the mask, and the same thing applies to kids trick-or-treating. Don't wear your mask when you're running across the street or running through the yards, because that mask is going to, you know, it's going to obstruct some of your vision. Take your mask off till you get to the house that you want to go trick-or-treat at, and then put your mask back on. And that's something parents should make sure the kids understand, is don't run with a mask on. Then the other basic things, wear a reflective type outfit, or put a reflective band or tape or something on so that they can be seen when the headlights strike them. Don't let encourage your kids not to run between cars, because we know that in some of our neighborhoods, parents will drive and just park on the side of the road, and then kids are running in between cars, down the street, down the yards, and that's not safe. You know, there's a whole list of things. Travel in a group. You know, don't just be out by yourself. Have a plan. Parents know, you know, what area are your kids going to, what time should you expect them home, all of this type stuff. And you know, we'd like to see parents be out with their kids. And if you have a vehicle that opens to either side of the road, like some of the minivans where both doors will open, just open the door that opens onto the curb, onto the grass. And you know, so they're not jumping out on the driver's side and jumping into traffic. If they have a flashlight, carry a flashlight or glow sticks or something that helps them to see where they're going. And then we have to kind of address the parents. don't park in front of a stop sign, don't park in front of a fire hydrant. There's some of our neighborhoods, particularly Kings Ridge and Fairways, where we always have a lot of traffic. And sometimes they park right at the entranceway, and we couldn't get an emergency vehicle in there, a fire truck or an ambulance. So we're very aggressive on making sure they don't park and block the entrance.
Right.
Then some of the others, you drive down and there's barely enough room because people will park on both sides of the street to get an emergency vehicle down that road. So, the police will be out there enforcing that, telling people, turn your car around, park on this side, do what we have to do to make sure there's a path open for us to get through and a fire truck or an ambulance, because if they come out, somebody really needs them quickly. And the last thing we'd want is to have to reroute them a longer distance around to come back. So be very cautious about how you park your vehicle.
So, as you were talking, I was thinking, how times have changed. Seems like when I was a kid, which was a long time ago, that only the kids went trick-or-treating, but now there's events for adults as well.
There are. And then there's a lot of other activities at other venues. A lot of our churches have activities other than calling it a traditional Halloween.
Right.
Fall festivals or trunk and treat, and a lot of those. So there's a lot of other activities. And I'm like you. I remember as a kid, I'd tell my parents I'm gone, and they'd stay at home and hand out the candy.
Exactly. Exactly.
You kind of think about it. If all the parents and all the kids are out running around, who's at home? Passing out the candy.
Sure.
But it's a good time. It's an enjoyable, and we want people to have a good time. And there'll be officers out that are making sure people aren't doing foolish stuff.
Right.
Sometimes people will get their vehicles overloaded with people, or they'll let them sit on, say, the tailgate of a pickup truck, or they'll drive down the street with those minivan doors open. And we're going to stop you and let you know that's not the smartest thing to do.
Sure.
And because we've been very lucky that we haven't had injuries when we have that many people out. So we want to keep that record going, that we don't have injuries.
You said we've been lucky that we don't have a lot of injuries, so I assume that we actually haven't over the past few years.
No, it's been very, very good from a injury standpoint. We haven't had injuries, and I think the fire chief could probably say too that we haven't had a lot of fire issues as a result of candles and things of that nature. But we have had instances that could very easily turn into a potential injury, like say putting 10 kids in the back of a pickup truck.
Right.
That's not smart, and then having them sitting on tailgates and the side rails. We're going to stop and have especially kids. We're going to stop and have a talk to you.
Right.
But there's no reason Halloween can't be fun. Now, rules don't stop just because it's Halloween.
Right.
And we've had people ask that. Well, are the curfew laws, abandoned that night? No, curfew laws aren't abandoned. The regulation on golf carts is not abandoned. Golf carts cannot be driven on the road. They're not road vehicles. Yet we see a lot of people that want to take their golf carts and go down the road, and then if we stop and we tell them, look, you can't do this, they get mad at us. It's no reason to get mad at us. We're just enforcing the law. And so if we catch your child at 1 o'clock in the morning out past curfew, we're going to deal with it the way we deal with curfew violations.
I wasn't aware that we had a curfew law.
Yeah.
Explain what it is.
It's for anyone under 18.
Right.
On Fridays and Saturday nights, it's up till midnight.
Okay.
Midnight to 4 in the morning.
Okay.
That anyone under 18 is not supposed to be out.
Okay.
There's only certain exceptions, like if they're on an errand for the parent, and that doesn't mean they got a carload of kids and I got to run and get some Pepto-Bismol at the all-night store for my mom.
Right.
And then during the week it's 11 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
So we do have a curfew, and it's designed to eliminate mischievous activities. because I'm sure as parents, a lot of us have said nothing good happens after a certain time, and generally that is pretty true. Okay. So curfew on Saturday night on Friday and Saturday is midnight.
Yeah. Okay. So
let's say Friday night football game gets over at 10 o'clock-ish, and someone goes to the fifth quarter somewhere. They can still get out and be home by midnight.
Right.
But let's say it's 12:30 and fifth quarter just got over. We're reasonable. We understand that.
Right.
But you need to be heading to the house. Not heading down to the all-night restaurant or something. And deciding I'm going to get something to eat now. And
yeah.
And we do have to enforce curfew on occasion.
And this is for anyone under 18, right?
Right, and this is only Tullahoma.
Right.
Curfew kind of varies by community. Some communities don't have one.
Right.
But we do.
Yeah, okay. All right. Paul, good information as always. Thank you so much for coming by today.
Thank you.
Have fun on Halloween.
Oh, we will.
Sure you will.
It'll be fun. Yes.
All right. All right, folks. We'll be right back with more living right after this.
We get closer to a world with more birthdays when we take cancer patients by the hand. We help them find answers and guidance and hope, and give them more candles to light. We're the American Cancer Society. Help create a world with more birthdays at morebirthdays.com.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors, and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Cove Lake, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Martin Weakley, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, Rugby in the Big South Fork, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and there's an event going to take place at South Jackson Civic Center on the 20th. There's a lady that will be playing music there, and on a wonderful new grand piano. And normally when we schedule things like that, in the years past we've had to rent a piano, and so we schedule an event to be held on Sunday as well. That will be the 22nd, and there will be a bunch of young artists, local artists, performing classical music. And I had an interview with them at the Methodist Church the other day with my partner Peggy Burton, and let's show you a little bit of that right now.
I'm here today to introduce to you some of the students and the director of the Young Artist Showcase that we started last year at South Jackson Civic Center. This production will be held November 22nd, Sunday afternoon at 2:30 p.m. in the South Jackson Civic Center auditorium. It is to be in conjunction with the concert on Friday night with Robin Spielberg. And I think what I will do is introduce Lisa Maurer, who is basically the lead on all this. And she's plays piano up at the THS Singers and 5 million other things. So Lisa, take it away.
Thank you. So we are going to have this concert on Sunday, November 22nd. We will feature very talented students of the local music teachers in Tullahoma. And let me have the students introduce themselves, and they can tell us the name of their teacher. Andrew?
I am Andrew Mars, and my teacher is Miss Ann Baldwin.
I am Alec Yen, and my teacher is Miss Zimmer.
I am Paige Bond, and my teacher is Miss Donovan.
I'm Kelsey Burt, and my teacher is Miss Donovan.
I'm Grace Morgan, and my teacher is Peggy Burton.
I'm Marion Anderson, and my teacher is Lisa Maurer.
I'm Emily Yardumian, and Lisa Maurer is also my teacher.
So these are some of our students. There are a few students who aren't here today. They're sick or had band commitments, but it's going to be a wonderful concert, and we hope that everybody will come out and support the young artists of Tullahoma.
Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the paint. Uh-oh. I just knocked a tree over. This is the paint doctor. I got the color wheel. Now, you know what a color wheel is? It is the wheel at the paint works where you pick all your colors to paint your room. It could be a multicolored beard. It could be a underarm fan. You never can tell. One thing we do know is that it's time to paint. You know, you can make your wife very happy if you go to your house and paint some rooms, or you paint the outside of the house, the inside of the house. It makes them feel very good because you work hard for them and they like that. All women like to see their man sweat, you know? They do. Honeydew is what they do. And you get to do it too. So you go to the Paintworks at 1960 North Washington Street and you see David Heikkinen over there, and he's the real paint doctor. He fixes you up with color. It's so nice when the color is right. Go to Paintworks today. Martin Senor. See? Martin Senor. Right there. Martin Senor at the Paintworks. Bye, and we see you next time. I'm burning up.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're pleased to have joining us now Brian McAdams, who is the proprietor at Tullahoma Funeral Home, and Ken Keller, who is, you know, from all kinds of venues. One of them is Tullahoma Funeral Home, Northgate Mall. Also, he's a sports expert here in Tullahoma and works with Scott Chastain a lot. So we're pleased to have them here today. And but however, today here they're with representing the Tullahoma Chamber of Commerce, because you guys got an event happening here.
Yes, sir.
Later this month.
We got our annual couples bowling tournament coming November the 5th. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's brought to us by American City Bank, and we're going to have a lot of fun, good times.
Yeah, this is the second year we've done this, and we're looking for some teams. We have some spots open. It's a great deal. You know, couples can enter for $100, Jim. 4-person teams are $200. That includes a meal, it includes your dinner, 2 games of bowling, and your shoes. So, you know, hey, don't worry about throwing a gutter ball. We'll put the gutter guards up for you to get your team in there.
I was going to ask, you can participate in this even if you're not a bowler, is that right?
That's correct. Right. We're just going to have a good time.
You don't have to be a chamber member either to be in there.
Oh, okay. And can you promise that nobody will laugh at you if you happen to?
I would say that there'll be some laughing. We may not laugh at you. It might be with you, but we're going to have a good time. You know, myself, Tullahoma Funeral Home, a division sponsor, as well as George Dickel Distillery. So you know, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have some prizes for the first, second, and third place, as well as best dressed and highest scoring male and high scoring female. Correct. So we're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be a fun night. 5:15 is our registration time. 6:15 is going to be our actual start time for the bowling tournament.
Yeah, and this is on November 5th, and the division sponsors, we're thankful for Brian McAdams at Tullahoma Funeral Home and George Dickel Distillery, and also for our title sponsor this year, American City Bank. Right. Troy Martin and his team have agreed to step up and do that, so we are very thankful for those title sponsors and division sponsors, and we're still looking for a few lane sponsors. I know that this show airs tonight. We have until noon on Wednesday. Just contact the chamber office and contact contact Jennifer Young or Ashton Sisk, and they can be reached at 455-5497, or Jennifer, you can email her at jennifer@tullahoma.org. So it's $100 to sponsor a lane. I believe we've got 14 commitments and we need 6 more.
Oh, okay. So if you sponsor a lane, you get your name or something up over that lane, is that correct?
Yeah, there'll be a big banner at the end of the lane, and with your name displayed on that. And then, of course, we'll have 4 people on each lane. So, you know, you'll have exposure. We're looking for around 80 to 100 people at this event. So,
Did I hear you say that? How many people?
80 to 100 people.
Oh, so this is a big time event.
Yes,
Did you say this is a couples tournament?
Well, the couples can enter for 100. Teams are 200, and if the couples don't have 2 couples to form a team, we'll put you with 2 others that'll make a team.
Oh, okay.
So, so we'd love to have you and your wife, Jim.
Yeah.
You can get in November 5th. We need you there.
I think the last time I bowled, I was probably 18 or 19, which was a few years ago.
This would be a good time for you to get back in the groove of it there.
Yeah, it's you know, bowling. It's a fun game, you know, for all ages. You know, I took a bowling class at Motlow, so actually they had a PE class, and we got to bowl free, you know, every day when we had PE. So I thought that was pretty cool. We would show up at the bowling alley and get a bowl. So. I actually bowled a 207 one time, but I'm far from that.
Are you kidding me?
I do good to break 100 now, but that was back when I was, you know, 18 years old.
It's better than I've ever done, I will say that, you know.
Yeah, got pretty lucky that game.
I did not know that Motlow had a bowling
They did at
class.
that time, way back when I went. So I don't think they still have that, but you know, with the Tullahoma High School having a bowling team, and you know, that may be something they need to rekindle out there at Motlow.
Yeah.
How about that?
Unbelievable. Yeah. And I guess in high school, you probably know this, that's just like any of the other sports recognized as an official sport, just like football, basketball, and that sort of thing.
Right.
Actually, I have a neighbor that Kyle Dotson that bowled on the team last year that got a scholarship to a school in Chicago.
No kidding.
That's right. Yeah. So you know, hey, it pays dividends. You know, if you can bowl. So just like any other sport, you can get some money to go to college.
Okay.
Doing that. How about that?
Yeah, super. Who knew you? You know, I'm telling you. Of course, this is all about raising some money for the Chamber of Commerce. Though,
Right,
sure.
right. It's a fundraiser for our chamber. You know, it's one of a few that we have every year, and I think that, like I say, I mean, we're going to have a great time at this one, and anybody that wants to play can play. We would love for you to come and play with us, and just come enjoy some fellowship and some dinner.
Good time.
And you said you still had some openings for teams. 6 more teams, is that what you said?
No, 6 more lane sponsors.
Lane sponsors, okay.
And we've got, you know, plenty of room for teams. So
I think we have 9 teams committed, and we'd like to have about 20. So there's some room for growth there. So we're still recruiting teams right now.
And it sounds like a lot of fun to me.
It is.
You guys participate?
We are.
Yes.
We are.
We're going to be on a team together. So
we have been conned into bowling. So
they'll have to put the gutter guards up for us.
yeah. There might be a little bit of a rivalry here, but you know, it'll be all right.
Right.
We'll make it.
I tell you what, last year I had the opportunity to bowl with Russell Barnett and his wife, and I tell you what, you talk about bowlers.
Yeah.
Those two can sling it in there pretty good. So we had a good time last year. You know, the McNabbs were on one lane, the Barnetts were on another. And, you know, there was some friendly competition going on. So I mean, I'm sure that there'll be some good competition going on, and we'll laugh at each other and laugh at others. So it's a fun time.
Do they actually have gutter guards?
Oh yeah, they do.
Sure
For
do.
real?
Yeah,
they do. Yeah.
Pull them up and no more gutters. It's just straight lane.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well, the bad thing about that, you know, they put them up. That just keeps you from getting a 0. I mean, normally, if you do hit the gutter, you have to angle it just right to hit that 1-3 pin to maybe get more than a couple pins down. But you know, you're not going to survive off the gutter guards too much either.
Oh, come on. Wait a minute. Wait a second, Ken. Now listen to this.
Yeah.
He, you know, he acts like he's not really good at this, but he's giving a scientific analysis of what you got to do to bounce it off the gutter guard.
This bowling tournament, he's doing a pretty good analyzing, but you know, football, you know, you get into sports, it gets real deep, real intense.
Oh, I know. I listen to him on Saturday mornings on my way to work. work, you know. So I know.
Yeah.
All right, so if you want to get involved in that, tell us one more time who you need to call.
Yeah, contact Jennifer Young or Ashton Sisk at the Tullahoma Chamber of Commerce. The number there is 455-5497, or you can email Jennifer at tullahoma.org.
Okay, all right. And we'd love to have you be a part of that. Sounds like it's going to be fun. Guys, thank you so much for coming by
Yes,
today.
thank you.
Always nice to see you guys.
Same here.
Folks, we'll be right back in just a moment with more living right after this.
Get Fit for Life Tullahoma. Join the Hardin Regional Medical Center and Get Fit Tullahoma Health Fair and Fitness Expo, Saturday, October 31st at Northgate Mall from 9 until noon. Talk to health professionals, free health screenings, and see different types of fitness activities available in our community. This is a fun-filled morning with demonstrations and free information for all ages. Start now and learn to make a change that lasts a lifetime. Visit the Hardin Get Fit Tullahoma Health Fair and Fitness Expo, Saturday, October 31st from 9 until noon at Northgate Mall.
Did you take your medicine?
Oh, gosh, I forgot it.
Her nurse.
You need a claim number?
Her personal assistant.
Let me just grab a...
Her housekeeper. Her cook. Her accountant. When I started taking care of Mom, I didn't realize the challenge of playing so many roles. But above all, I'm still her daughter.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving to connect with experts and other caregivers. Together we can better care for ourselves and the ones we love.
Good morning, all you wonderful folks in TV land. Thank you, camera ladies. You always put a good sharp picture on the screen. We're delighted to be here. Thank you, John. Health Month, Aging Health Month, or whatever it is, kind of like George Burns. I'm not getting old, I'm just getting older. And it's so fun to look forward to getting older, healthier, maybe not wiser, but healthier and stronger and having a lot of good memories. You know, we ran out of time last week on our segment about drugstores, and that played such an integral part of our history in Tullahoma and our personal lives. There's one drugstore that I certainly meant to mention, and you know, with the new Walgreens agency here, or the Walgreens drugstore here, for Walgreens Pharmacy on North Jackson Street, there was another Walgreens agency, which it was called at that time, in the 100 block of North Jackson, located in a building between what is now Arnold Furniture and I think a dance studio or in that particular building. At that time, my sister Cersei Couch King and her husband G.C. Established a Walgreens agency there in 1951 that operated several years until the untimely passing of G.C. and it operated for several years at that location. And at that time, individuals could franchise an agency, part of the Walgreens chain, and they operated that drugstore, real popular downtown, up to date. Had a wonderful soda fountain there, and had all the products and goods and cosmetics and medicine and those things that are associated with a good drugstore or pharmacy. And it was a key downtown fixture for a long time. Their neighbor next door to him, Sam Carney, had a paint and wallpaper store there, and next to him, between him and what is now the Downtown Cafe, was Peacock's Jewelers, run by our friend Jimmy Stewart for a long time. And those were thriving, good downtown merchants and businesses, and we wanted to really point that out to you, that a lot of good memories about the Walgreen Agency in downtown Tullahoma. Now, with the oncoming fall and winter months ahead of us, the thought just came through our mind that we need to be fuel conscious and warm conscious and warm clothes conscious in the wintertime. Well, when I was a little boy, almost everybody in Tullahoma heated their homes with fireplaces and grates and wood, oak wood, heater wood. There were very few stoves back in those days, but they had fireplaces in almost all the homes. Now, in our own particular home, we did have a cook stove in the kitchen that was fueled by wood and or coal. And the coal industry grew and was a thriving industry for many years. And by the way, mentioning wood, you could get a whole wagon load of wood for $1, and I think they called it the size of a cord of wood filled the back of a pickup truck or the back of a wagon. And they would unpile it in the backyard, or they would stack it for you for an additional $1. And they were great days. And the Tullahoma Ice and Coal Company was the biggest producer of coal in different sizes, and they delivered to your basement or to your coal house out in the backyard. And as I recall, a ton of coal was about $6, and there was hard coal and soft coal. And the hard coal made very few ashes and very little smoke, but the soft coal left a lot of ashes and a lot of smoke. But then came along the gas industry and electrically furnished homes with electricity. But that's one thing to look forward to now is the winter months ahead, and whatever type of heating you want, well, it's provided right here in Tullahoma. We sure do thank you for watching, and we hope you have a good day, because this is not the end of the story, because there's a whole lot more to come.
At the time, maybe you were just building a bridge, a business, or a community. Maybe you were simply working for a home or a better tomorrow. At the time, you served out of duty and love of country. But in that time, we see a legacy created, an American dream lived. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
There's no place like home.
Getting home safely is just a click away, and choosing the right seat for your little one's age and size will take you down the road to safer travels.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham from the News Channel 5 Weather Center. Look to Jim Fuller and crew for local news night here on Channel 6.
All right, we're back, and I'm here today with Carla Bloom, and we're talking about the event that is going to be held. It's the 32nd annual Businessmen's and Sportsmen and Money fundraiser to take care of people in our community and our surrounding area.
32 years.
32 years.
Can you believe we've been doing this 32 years?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Awesome.
Yes, ma'am. I can. I remember the first one.
helping people. You know, that first one, they did a turkey shoot and raised $16,000 for a family that had been burned out of their home, and that was the start of
That's where it
this
started.
event.
Where
Yeah.
it started. So what's happening this year, and tell us all about it. Give us the particulars.
Well, November 7th is the date. We're going to have a soft start about 5 o'clock where people can come in and mill around and look at our silent auction items. And you know, we always have about 200 silent auction items.
Right, and great
and
ones.
we are still hoping people want to give things to that auction. So give us a call. They can call me at 212-6045, or they can call the office 728-7644.
Okay.
And following that, we'll start dinner around 6:15 or 6:30. The Ultimate Oldies will be performing for
That's
us
great.
during dinner. We love them. They do a fabulous job.
Yes, they do.
Then we'll have our famous live auction that starts around 7:30 or so, and the Seagroves brothers take care of that for us, and they're always such a great entertainment.
Oh, they're entertainment in
they sure
themselves.
are. And they can sell anything.
Just about. Just about.
They've sold the hat off of Pete's head before. We sold Botox before.
Really? Botox?
We sold a vasectomy one year.
A vasectomy at the live auction.
At the live auction.
All right, that sounds like, wait a minute, a vasectomy and live?
And live auction.
Be a dead auction after that.
Exactly. Then Groove Holler is going to play for us this year,
good.
following the live auction. So we're really excited to hear them. They're new for us this year. And then we'll dance the night away after that.
Okay, and what is someone who wants to go? Where do they get tickets?
Well, dinner is $50 a piece. And they can call me for those dinner tickets. Again, 212-6045. We have a few left. We're almost full this year.
Okay.
And but if folks want to come out and just enjoy the event and not have dinner, they're more than welcome to come in and peruse and bid on silent auction items. And there's always something going on.
Now, is there a cost to that?
No, they can just come in and
that's
wander
great.
around. Well, you know, if they want to make a donation, that's great.
Sure.
Oh, and we forgot our reverse raffle. That is the biggest thing we do. We give away $5,000.
$5,000.
That's right. And those tickets will be available that evening as well. Yes.
So, where's your buddy Carter?
Carter is on a trip, so I had to come lonesome
Come
today.
along.
And my counterpart from last week, he's down in the dumps.
Down in the dumps.
Yeah,
so we get you all alone.
We're hoping John Layton's feeling better.
I hope he is too. Folks, that's Miss Carla Bloom. The event is November the 7th. Get involved. Go and either buy the deal, buy the dinner, or what's really cool is you can go and be part of it and bid and do things, and those tickets there's no charge for that.
No, there's no charge. And
get to hear the entertainment, stand around, listen to the entertainment.
And if you want to get involved in that raffle, it's 5 tickets for $100 or 1 for $25.
That's great. That's great. Yep. Carla Bloom, thank you, dear.
Have a beautiful
Appreciate
day. Thank
you.
you
do
so
the
much.
same. We'll be right back after this message.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family caring for your family since 1932.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
You're going to be so glad you hung around for this segment today because I have some Southern ladies here with me today. Cindy Rayburn and Diana. I had the hardest time getting that right. Diana Gilbert, and you all are with the Southern Ladies in Winchester, and you're having this wonderful holiday market.
We are. Not only is there Christmas, but we all have a little bit of fall items too. This is for our scholarship program.
And that's a wonderful thing. I think it's a good idea to tell the people sort of what happens to the money that comes in from the market.
A little bit about our organization. We established in 2009, and we have members from Coffee, Franklin, Grundy, Lincoln, and Moore counties. We have over 200 members.
Oh, really? That's wonderful.
It is. Over the last 6 years, we have awarded over $120,000 in scholarships to 43 students.
That's amazing. And how do they apply for a scholarship from this organization?
What happens is they can go to their guidance counselor's office starting November the 1st and pick up an application.
Oh, I see.
And from there it goes on to, after they collect all the applications, they will judge it by a point system. They will look at their essays that they do have to write, and then we'll do an interview then also.
And so is it based on need, or is it based on their academic
need, school attendance? It's a little bit based on everything. How many's in their family, siblings, things like
wonderful.
That. But so all this money goes to our scholarship foundation, and it is held on November the 13th and the 14th. It's
where
Friday
is
and
that?
Saturday. It's a Franklin County Annex, the old high school in Winchester
the
on
old
Dinah
high school.
Shore.
Everybody ought to know that. It's on the new highway going into Winchester, just on the right, and easy to find.
It is. And actually, it's right next to the new farmers market now, so that's another identification.
Good thing to
look for the Farmers County,
Stay healthy and go to the holiday market and buy things.
That's right, and do your shopping early. We have over 40 vendors. A lot of things are handmade. We got the best shortbread cookies coming in from all over southern Tennessee.
That sounds good.
They were there last year and they did very well. Of course, they give out free samples too, and that's pretty good.
I know, that's always good.
Yes.
Donna, tell me a little bit about the jewelry. Do you know who makes that?
One of our members puts these together.
I think that it's beautiful, and the process, how does that work?
Well, it's all these little snap-on things. They just snap right off. Yeah, if I can get one off.
So you can buy different little pieces and change the color and not have so much stuff.
That's right, and you can change them to fit your holidays. And
they're beautiful.
Yeah.
And so anyway, obviously
Very
those are going to be displayed.
Yes.
And if you'll notice, we have the phone number up there and a website, and if you're interested in being a vendor, correct? How much does it cost to be a vendor?
The smallest area is $45 for 2 days.
For 2 days, I think that's good. And then you can get a bigger area if you want to for twice the amount, or is it negotiable?
We are inside. So,
right. That's important. Rain or shine, this is coming off.
That's right.
We're inside.
Great. So, I'm interested in this. I mean, here we sit. It's battery, right?
It is battery.
That's
yes.
really cute.
Yep.
How neat that will look under the Christmas tree.
Yes.
Is there something inside? Or is it just a decorative box?
It's a decorative box, and we have a couple ladies in the club that do a lot of our arts and crafts for us, and they put these things together, and I tell you, they are very talented.
And this humongous piece, I have no idea what these pieces will cost, but obviously it's all going to a good cause.
It is. Everything that the Southern Tennessee ladies in their booth, because we will have a booth, and then we have baked goods and things like that, will all go towards the Scholarship Foundation.
So are the people that bring these pieces, do they donate these pieces?
Yes.
And so it's all for the fundraiser.
It's all donated.
This is really interesting, and I don't know if you can see this one. I love this. It's very Thanksgiving-ish.
It is.
Yeah.
A little fall, You got all your little gourds and things
that's
in
really
there.
pretty.
Yeah. But
3 years you've been doing this.
3 years, and last year we raised over $10,000. It keeps growing every
year. I think
year.
that's marvelous, and it probably will be bigger this year.
I hope so.
I hope you have a beautiful day, but luckily being inside shouldn't be a problem.
No. Rain or shine.
And if it is raining, how nice it is to have somewhere to go that has beautiful things all over the place.
That's right, yes.
So, there are vendors. Do you know how many vendors you actually have?
Well, right now, I think we're up to 30. Like I said, we do have a few more spots available. If you would like a spot, like I said, you can call Edith at 962-4526, or you can email her at stlsholidaymarket@gmail.com, and she'll get you signed up. $45 for an 8x5 booth isn't bad for 2 days, I don't think.
Not at all.
You got vendors got a lot coming back into their pockets then also.
And so they can advertise their goods.
Yes, they can. We have vendors coming up from Newmarket, Huntsville, Nashville. Yeah, so we got quite a few, a variety coming in. We have one little gentleman that makes handmade wood toys.
Oh, good.
The little airplanes, and he's very reasonable. So there's a variety of all kinds of things.
So you can do your Christmas shopping. It's a perfect timing for Christmas shopping. So everybody needs to just go to the holiday market on the highway going to Winchester. What's the number of the highway?
Dinah Shore.
41A?
Dinah Shore Boulevard. It is 41A.
It is 41A.
Going into Winchester,
and you can't miss it. It's in right close to the old school.
November 13th and 14th.
Yep.
Yep. 9 to 5.
9 to 4
on Saturday.
And 9 to 4 on Saturday. The whole entire weekend. Just go get a motel and stay, do everything, go all weekend. Well, Cindy and Dinah, thanks for coming.
Thank you
so much for caring about students and their futures. It's a beautiful job you do.
Thank you
very
much. We will
much.
be back with other things.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department. Need you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street. Heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one! Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, folks, I'm back, and I have Miss Deb Holliday with me today, and she's with the Life Care Facility here in Tullahoma. And it was not too long ago they had a prom where King Cricket the First was crowned. Cricket Mullins is king of the prom, and so they always have great things going over there for their residents. And you're here to talk about a couple of events coming up.
Right. This Saturday, Halloween, we're doing Safe Trick or Treat. For the area trick-or-treaters out there. We want them to come by and visit with our residents and pick up a bag of treats.
All right.
So this is something that our residents really look forward to every year. They've been putting together bags of candy for several days now. They love seeing the trick-or-treaters come through in their costumes.
Oh, heavens, yes.
It's reminiscent of being in their homes when their children were growing up and
Right,
grandchildren.
right.
And now this is their home, so they're welcoming the trick-or-treaters in for there.
Yeah, and do some of them kind of dress up a little bit too?
They will.
They'll
yes.
have some costumes on as
That
well.
will be quite entertaining as well.
I'm sure that's true. So, what are the times on that?
From 3 p.m. to 5 p.m.
3 p.m. to 5 p.m. this coming Saturday.
If they just come in the front doors, they're in the lobby, and go straight into the main dining room, that's where they'll be set up.
That's great. That's great. And you know, if you have a young person, and I know we're having a downtown walk on Friday, and Saturday night is Halloween being celebrated here, you know, do something good and take your young person by Life Care and let them help entertain some folks who don't get to get out as much. And a lot of them are of course, some of them are able to get out from there, but a lot of them aren't. And they love to see the young people,
Absolutely.
and it's a fun time. And they prepared bags for you, and your young people, so that'd be a great thing to do. Now, what's coming up after that?
After that is Operation Christmas Child.
Oh.
We're not a drop-off this year for the boxes, but we are going to be having a box packing party on the 6th of November at 10 a.m. We're asking the public to drop off their supplies for the boxes there, or better yet, come in on the 6th at 10 a.m., bring your supplies and help pack boxes.
Okay.
That's something now. They can go to the website, Operation Christmas Child, and get more information. But and there's specific items to go in the boxes.
Now, is that a locally done thing, Christmas Child, or is that a national?
It's an international.
International.
Okay. These boxes go out all over the world.
Oh.
And they go to needy children that would not receive anything for Christmas.
Right.
But it also tells them about Christianity. It also shows them Christian love, that someone cares for them.
Right. And so that's taking place at Life Care, and that's November the 6th.
10 a.m.
10 a.m. in the morning. And y'all gonna have a New Year's Eve party out there this year?
I'm sure we will.
You don't know about that just yet.
I don't know about that yet, but we'll have coming up after that will be Thank Fest. That right before Thanksgiving, we have a big pie and cake auction.
Oh.
That's
what I need, another pie or cake.
It always is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have the Christmas party for the residents, which is always a big deal.
Right.
And I'm sure there'll be
other
New Year's party as well.
Other stuff going on. Okay.
We try to keep all of us entertained.
Well, and you know, they do a very good job of it over at Life Care in Tullahoma. And if you have any questions about Life Care and the service that you can receive there, you know, a lot of people who have maybe a loved one that they're trying to make a decision on, do I stay in the home anymore? Do I need to be somewhere else? Are they having rehabilitation after anything from a fall to a surgery, and they can't be taken care of at home, and they're looking for the right place and the right people to take care of their loved one? You know, they need to come by Life Care and get all the information. You have people that will sit and discuss everything with these folks and set a plan up, and a lot of it, of course, has to do with their doctor's orders as well.
Absolutely.
But it's a great place for therapy. Not necessarily just life-threatening stuff or end-of-life times, but therapy when you might need to be there for a week or two or a month after you have a hip replaced or a knee done, or there's just all kinds of reasons. And people a lot of times think a facility like that is just for end-of-life type care, and it's not. You have a great physical staff down there, and occupational training therapy, and just all kinds of good stuff, and they need to come by and see you.
We're not for end of life. We're for living.
There you go.
we live.
And they do.
We are a very social building.
Yes, they do.
And we keep our residents very entertained, and they keep us entertained.
Okay, and next time you come, you're going to have a third book that'll be out by then, and we'll talk about it.
I
okay?
have my third book that released, and we'll be discussing it.
All right, Deb Holliday with Life Care. We'll be back right after this message.
Partners for Healing provides medical care to the working uninsured of Coffee, Franklin, and Moore counties. We are in Tullahoma from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursdays, and in Manchester on Fridays from 8 to 12. We provide primary medical care and offer an in-house disease management program.
My name is Rosie Mitchell, and I would just like to say I am blessed to have partners in my life.
Please call 455-5014 for more information. Thank you for being one of our Partners for Healing.
Hello, this is Janie Price. When my husband Ray Price would tour across the country, his favorite place to dine was Cracker Barrel Old Country Store locations. His favorite thing to order was the Uncle Herschel.
And the beauty of it all is forever, you'll be holding me to.
I miss Ray dearly, and I'm so proud that his last album, Beauty Is, The Final Sessions, is available at his favorite restaurant.
A love affair.
The project includes a duet with Martina McBride and harmony vocals from Vince Gill. Ray believed this to be the best recording he had ever made.
Oh, I wish I was 18 again.
I think you'll agree when you pick up your copy of Beauty Is, The Final Sessions at a Cracker Barrel Old Country Store location near you or at crackerbarrel.com.
A world without breast cancer is a world with more birthdays. And signing up for the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk will help us get there faster. The American Cancer Society invests in groundbreaking breast cancer research, and we're part of every community. In fact, 1 in 2 women newly diagnosed with breast cancer turns to us for support. Sign up today at makingstrideswalk.org. Together, we can finish the fight against breast cancer.
Welcome back. I'm always so glad to have Katie Issue on the set with me because she has such a wonderful project that's been going on for 19 years. How are you, Katie?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm loving your shirt.
Thank you.
This is coming off what date?
It's Sunday, November the 1st.
It's just this week.
It's this weekend.
Oh my gosh. This Sunday, get yourself together, November 1st at 11 o'clock. Tell them a little bit about it.
It's the 19th annual Highway 41 Toy Convoy. We line up in Manchester at the Raiders Academy, which is the Old Coffee Middle School.
Okay.
It's located on Highway 55 at the interstate. Can't miss it.
Can't miss it, right.
And lineup starts at 11. All vehicles are welcome. Cars, trucks, Jeeps, bikes, motorcycles.
Just anybody that wants to get in there.
Right, anything.
And if you want to decorate.
We've even had rat rods come in. We got some coming from Shelbyville.
Great.
And they are awesome. The rides you see family cars, you see hot rods.
Do they decorate their cars?
Yes, ma'am. Some of them do. Some of them bring candy to throw out to the kids along the route. And we ask everybody to fly the American and/or Confederate flag.
Good.
To help salute our military, past and present.
Past and present, and I love that you're doing that, and I love it when I see the flags waving.
I know. It's just been a tradition of ours, and since day one.
Right.
That's just a tradition of ours.
Okay. $5 a carload.
No, it's $10 $10 a vehicle. $20 to show.
Okay.
And it's everybody has to bring a new unwrapped toy.
Okay.
To help with the kids' Christmas this year. Toys go out through the Coffee and Bedford County Sheriff's Department, Manchester Police Department, and Tullahoma Fire Department.
So you take the toys to those stations.
Right, we divide the toys up and they distribute the toys.
So that's why you don't want them wrapped. So
right, so they know if it's boy or girl.
Exactly, and get it to the right family that needs it.
Right.
how do they determine what families need the
I'm not
toys?
sure how they do that. Over the years, I'm sure they've got their system down.
Yeah.
And I've been told that Tullahoma knows who's getting in Manchester, or
And it's
if they're
possible that
distributing.
somehow through some of the churches or some of the schools, they get an idea of who maybe needs it
Right.
most.
Yes, ma'am.
Because there's nothing sadder than a child waking up on Christmas Day and not having something to remember Christmas by.
Right. Well, we first started with the foster children, and it grew so fast that, I mean, it was, we really needed to spread,
To spread it
the
out.
toys, right.
Well, it's a wonderful, wonderful operation. And this Saturday, I guess you shouldn't just suddenly show up at 11. It's probably
it's
a good
Sunday.
Sunday. I meant to say Sunday. They should show up a little bit earlier than that.
Right.
too.
Well, lineup starts at 11, and
Yeah.
we don't leave till 1 o'clock. So if you're
Oh,
in
I
church,
see.
you still have time to come down and get in line and join the
And join the
convoy.
convoy.
Now, when you come in, it's $10 a vehicle, not a person. 10 per vehicle. So if you got 6 kids,
it's still
it's still $10.
Yeah, so
you know.
anybody
But if
can
you come
cram
in with
there.
6 kids, you're getting in free. So
Yeah.
anybody that's got 4 more kids in the car gets in free.
It's still okay.
I had a phone call the other day from a lady, total stranger, and she wanted to know if I could meet her in town in Manchester.
Yeah.
And she said, I've got a bunch of toys I want to give to the convoy. Well, come to find out, this lady was 83 years old. She was by herself, had lost her husband and her son. She told me she bought these toys last Black Friday.
Oh.
And she had
what a
saved
sweet
them
thing to do.
for for the kids. And
That's
I thought it
beautiful.
was so neat. And then I had another call from an 80-year-old lady who's planning to come and decorate her car. And she's been in years past, but I haven't seen her in a while. And she said if she comes, she's bringing with her the 95-year-old gentleman that played Santa Claus at Macy's.
Oh, fantastic.
And so
That's Macy's in New York,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. And he got transplanted down to New Orleans, and when the storm came in, he moved up here. So it's really interesting. He was at the convoy years back too, but I haven't seen him. But I hope they come out. And if these people can do it, y'all can do it.
Oh, sure.
There's no reason to stay home. You don't need anything special to drive because
Exactly.
all vehicles are welcome.
All vehicles, you don't have to dress up or do
No.
anything like that. You fly a flag if you can, but the important thing is to bring a gift.
Right,
or a
right.
box of gifts, because there's so
Some
many
people
that
will
need
bring a
them.
truckload, like we heard when the Rat Rodders had been collecting
Yeah.
toys all year. And one thing I would like to ask and bring up, I know a lot of kids get stuffed animals when they're sick, but the police department, for health reasons, will not accept a used stuffed animal
It has to be,
because it's
yeah.
already been exposed to a sick child. Most of them have.
And I think when you buy the stuffed animals that you can have, they should be enclosed in a wrapper of some kind, probably.
Well,
Or
that
at
or
least have
the
the tag.
tag on it, right?
Well, we could sit here and talk about this all day, but they're going to run us off. So
I know it.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
y'all
much.
having me on the show.
Remember the date.
Sunday, November the 1st, line up at
11 o'clock.
Roll at 1, rain or shine.
Thank you for all you do, Katie.
You're welcome.
We'll be back.
It's time for every family and business in Tullahoma to go green and recycle. Tullahoma Public Works makes it simple and easy to recycle. Just place your recyclable materials, paper, plastic, aluminum, and cardboard beside your garbage container on the same day your garbage is picked up. Your recycled materials don't have to be in a fancy container. Recycling is not only the right thing to do, it makes sense. Recycling pays. Paying to bury our garbage costs each of us. Please do your part. Let's go green, Tullahoma, and recycle.
Hi, I'm Cindy.
And I'm Jacob. I'm the Rooster.
And I'm the Red Mane. And we would like to welcome you to
Roosterwear.
Yes, Roosterwear is a cottage industry producing accessories for men, women, children, babies, and pets. All items are hand cut and sewn locally. Roosterwear specializes in bow ties, pocket squares, scarves, cufflinks, neckties, and aprons of all sizes for all ages. Baby products include onesies, diaper covers, bibs, and burp pads. All bow ties, tie it yourself or pre-tied, come with an adjustable neckband. All products can be made with the material of your choice, as special orders are available upon request. Don't be standing back looking at fashion. Create your own with Roosterwear.
Come visit us at
roosterandredmaiden.com.
to find our handcrafted designs for
The Cock of the Walk.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and you know, Halloween is just around the corner. It's this weekend, and I just couldn't help myself, but Tullahoma has a king of Halloween, and he comes to see us every year, and he never fails to give us some great ideas about costuming and how to be the best you can be on Halloween. And here he is. I mean, this is my buddy, our friend, Mr. John Orr of the Celebrate store.
Thank you.
And
well, I had a nosebleed this morning, and I was a little bit late. I'm sorry that you don't mind if I smoke either, do you? I mean, while we're here.
It looks like that you were working on your muffler and got too close to it over there.
Yeah, it kind of hurt, but it's doing better.
Can you get a close up of that? Sometime before we leave this deal, I want the
it's
folks
not too bad
out there to see a close up of that right there. You know,
I don't know what happened with the horns. They came later.
They came later?
Yeah.
Look at that. Now that, folks, that is one
that's my best side.
That is the Walking Dead right there, if I've ever seen it. What was that guy's name that had that show with them big old horns?
The Devil?
Yeah. The Devil? No. What's that? What's his name in the back there?
It's Andrew Phillips.
The Red Man, the guy who's red. Who's had that movie?
Red John?
The Red John.
No, it could be Red John. That was a different show, though.
Well, it'll come to me in a minute. I wanna ask you who you brought with you today.
Well, I've got some fans.
Some fans? What kind of fans?
Well, I mean, I brought Waldo here. He's kind of
right.
Well, and Bud. These are I think they're Cub fans.
Oh, they're Cub fans?
Yeah.
What?
I think they're waiting on a World Series.
Oh, is that,
yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Laughter in the back.
Yeah, man, it's tough.
It's tough being a Cub fan.
Yeah. Seat 42K.
Yeah, but that's about the right age. That's about
that'd work.
Last time I won.
It amazes me, and folks, we always talk about shopping local and spend your money at home. And until John and Karen opened up the Celebrate store, you would have to drive to Huntsville or Murfreesboro or Nashville to find the stuff that they have in that store. And if you haven't been in that store, you need to go in it, because it is absolutely amazing.
We keep bringing new stuff.
The stuff that y'all have in that place.
Yeah. We're always trying to bring in things that you can't get in the big box stores.
Right.
This you can't get.
No. I don't guess you could get Cubs fans at the big box store.
Well, we do have Cub balloons. We do have those, and we have Atlanta Brave balloons. We have like over 500 different balloons
Right.
And we keep bringing in. We're bringing in the new Star Wars is coming out. We just brought in the Star Wars line. We got Star Wars balloons. We've got, we're constantly. I wasn't in retail.
Right.
We started this from nothing. And I had no experience.
Found a good number on a piece of real estate and figured you needed to put something inside of it.
I don't know. I hope. I mean, we're still hoping.
Yeah.
But we do have cute things too. We carry this is a tie. This is a bat. The dog doesn't like the bat. But anyway. But we carry the tie line. We carry leaning tree cards. We carry,
The thing
I'm always doing something different.
The thing about it is you can go in there, folks, and if you're going to have a party, you can find every color, every shape, every design of plate, napkin, glassware, plasticware.
Only 24 colors or 25.
Tablecloths of the latest stuff. If it's Hello Kitty, if it's Ty, if it's whatever, Star Wars, they have got the stuff, and a lot of great big platter plasticware and stuff like that.
We carry a lot of our catering type items and stuff.
So if you're looking to take something to somebody and make them cookies or make them something for Thanksgiving, and you don't want to worry about going back and getting your plate back, you have all kinds of plates and platters and plasticware there at a price that people can afford to give it away.
Yeah.
Not worry about coming and getting it back. You also have cake decorating stuff
we've
down
cut back on that because Joann's came in, and Joann's brought in a big line of that, and that's great for Joann's.
Right.
So that freed some space. So we've started transitioning our store. I added 32 more feet. It's going to be more party stuff, theme type items. So the store's constantly changing.
Yeah.
I mean, I never know what I'm going to order next.
Well, I mean, you can go in there and find Mardi Gras beads. You can find,
we got that.
Just cardboard cutout stand-ups.
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader's in there.
You can get Darth right now.
Have Darth
got a couple
at
Darths.
home with you. So what we need for you to do is go and see John and Karen at the Celebrate store and
the Cub
fan and his dog.
I got 3 of them left.
3 of them left.
3 Cub fans left.
And shop local, folks. Spend your money at home where your tax dollars stay here and the profit stays here and gets spent here.
And that's one thing I appreciate the customers I get from Manchester, Winchester, Moore County,
That's right.
Franklin County, Marion County, Grundy County. You don't have to drive to Murfreesboro.
Nope.
Don't drive to Murfreesboro.
Nope. Stay
You're
here.
not going to save money doing it.
We got to go. They're telling us we got to go. Happy Halloween, everybody.
All right.
Shop the Celebrate store.
Come see the Cub fan.